Hello everybody, welcome to the Surrey Esports Grand Finals. We're going to have ourselves Big Surrey taking on Sweet Rhyhoyn. My name is Jake Hiprain Matthews. Joining me on the caster desk is DocDa. DocDa, how are you doing?
How you doing, baby? I'm doing good.
Welcome to a very, very sick cast. All the teams are getting ready to go onto the map. Let's have a little rundown of the lineups here. So on the side of Big Surrey, Larkin is going to be your top lane. Smigo will be your jungler, Plaztech in the mid lane. Noodle Boy will be the AD carry, and Mr. Beast Gamer will be the support. Doc, do you want to do Sweet Rhyhoyn?
Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, Frain. Alright, so yeah, like you said, Sweet Rhyhoyn got Fat Coco in the top lane. XXD, he added the extra one in there. In the jungle, Aurelian Knight mid lane, Defilement and Xgerium as the AD carry and support respectively. Here we are into the picks and bans. First ban, Cassiopeia instantly gone. I can respect that.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised by that ban, actually. What other bans are you expecting to see? We've seen Twitch being very strong on this patch. So we might see a bit of Twitch bans coming through, or maybe Twitch getting picked. Vayne, another champion who's been extremely strong in the AD carry role down in that bot lane.
Oh, yeah.
What else are you kind of expecting to see? Because obviously we were talking earlier about how Ivern is kind of one of those, like, in the high elos, Ivern's a completely, like, dominant jungler with so much, like, ability to kind of invade. Like, his team fighting's relatively good because he's just unkillable during the team fights, and Daisy's just knocking up multiple people. But remember, these teams are kind of silver, gold, a couple of plat players in here. So overall, the team's maybe not quite adept on Ivern. A few of them maybe not practiced on it yet.
Definitely think you're right in the Vayne ban. Defilement plays a fair bit of Vayne. It's his favourite champion.
Yes,
so
you're
we'll
right.
probably see that one taken away. Again, probably not going to see the Ivern ban because it's a bit of a higher skill cap champion. It's not as effective in these sort of like mid-tier games. Would not be surprised if there was a Syndra or a Ryze ban. Those champions are incredibly dominant in the mid lane. Ryze is actually a bit harder to play, so maybe he won't be picked, but I would definitely expect to see a Syndra ban. But there is only one ban left, as there go Orianna, Rengar, and Vayne. Like I called it.
There's a Xerath
right?
ban.
Oh, Xerath.
Plastech actually did play quite a lot of Xerath during the group stages leading up to this point, so I'm actually not too surprised by that not coming through. Larkin picking up the Lee Sin, a pretty standard jungler. We've seen him quite a lot recently. What do you make of that, really? I mean, we're having a Yasuo hover here. I kind of hope to see a Yasuo.
Insta-lock Lee Sin. He's a very strong champion right now, one of the better junglers in the game. And Smigalowski does have the 110 mastery on it, mastery 7, so he's clearly a champion he's quite fond of. You actually see the Yasuo going to be unhovered. There we see the Olaf, but maybe not an Olaf because he does look to be running Flash. Probably going to change that if he does.
Yeah, if he locks in the Olaf, I expect to see a Flash. But we're going to see Aurelia get locked in, so it looks like the side of Sweet Rhyhoyn are giving away their top laner. Fat Coco, I don't know, I was going to go for him. Fatco running the Aurelia, and yeah, there's the switch to the Ghost, and Olaf is going to be picked up.
Alrighty. It's okay, Olaf pretty strong right now. If you ask me, he's actually just like a slightly worse version of Hiprain, in my opinion, because he doesn't have a good keystone, although Fervor was buffed this patch 6.24. So maybe we'll see XXD running that one. Again, Fervor also being buffed, very beneficial for Aurelia. Aurelia and Riven were about the two champions that can actually use the new AD Fervor, because it doesn't proc off abilities anymore, only auto attacks. That's the only way to stack it, and it doesn't give on hit, it gives AD, so it benefits champions that have high AD scalings but also auto attack a lot. There aren't actually very many of them, but Aurelia and Riven definitely users of that, and then Olaf to a certain degree, so maybe we'll see Fervors on them. And then we're going to see the potential Jhin hover over here. Maybe Noodle Boy wants to be playing that one.
I'm not certain if they want to show their hand on the AD carry yet, so they're not going to do so. So they pick up the Xerath and the Karma. Lots of wave clear coming through. I'm a big fan of Victor, and looking for a very kind of poke-heavy bot lane there. However, Aurelia Knight switches straight onto potentially the Syndra, and that'd be a fantastic pick into Victor. Syndra's so dominant in the lanes. So me and you have had a couple of memes at each other about how much I love Syndra and how you hate her.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Get me out.
Defilement picking up the Caitlyn as well, so going for that kind of range. Early lane pressure into late game scaling. AD carry there. Obviously has that big power dip in the mid game.
But the power dip is smoothed out a little bit by the acquisition of the Hurricane. It's a bit weird because Caitlyn used to be like pretty much straight up useless on just one or two items, but now you can get by as Caitlyn with the Hurricane due to how it interacts with the headshots, meaning that you get about 3 times as many headshots out per team fight because you're stacking it 3 times as quickly.
Yeah.
So it looks like Lucian's actually going to be locked in the Noodle Boy. My client bugs all the time. I'm not actually 100% sure if that's locked in.
That is a Lucian, yep. And we're also seeing a Poppy. So
Poppy top. Right.
Can't have a little talk about obviously Poppy. Poppy really strong into Aurelia. Obviously that steadfast presence will counter Aurelia queuing in and diving onto her face. So actually, we're going to see that Aurelia going to just have to sit back and farm. There's going to be absolutely no kill pressure in that top lane, and Zadrian will pick up the Nautilus as the support. So heavy engage and lots of burst damage that could come down from the side of Sweet Rhyhoyn. We're big sorry. looking for more of that kind of pick comp, a bit of lane pressure, a bit of wave clear. I need to ask, who do you think is going to take this?
All right, well, I think it's going to be pretty darn close. Looking at both teams, I mean, Syndra's like straight OP, right? So that's probably going to be a bit, beneficial.
Blastek has a barrier to stop that unleash power.
Okay, actually, I think Exhaust can be better versus the Syndra, although you do have to get in range to use it, of course. So there's that. It does have that downside, but value-wise, if you go for the all-in, or if you happen to be close enough to cast the Exhaust, it will do better later on, because you think it's 40% damage reduction of the ultimate. So just mathematically, at one point, that's going to become higher. But the damage reduce is going to be higher than what the barrier would have shielded. But then also we look in the bot lane matchup. We got Caitlyn into Lucian. Lucian has very low range and does not have the best win rate right now. I think he actually had the lowest win rate of all ADCs in 6.23. That's even lower than Kalista.
And that's obviously partly due to the fact that obviously he's very short range. So you got kind of like Caitlyn's quite strong. Yeah, we're not actually calling it that. Sorry, getting a thing from the producer.
No. It was an incredibly deliberate decision to pronounce it the way we did.
Yeah.
But,
so obviously the problem with Lucian is he's quite short ranged, and going into something like a Caitlyn, obviously he gets outranged in that matchup. And then if he goes into like, if someone picks an alternative AD carry, one of those kind of shorter range AD carries, i.e. Vayne, he gets smashed by Vayne as well, because Vayne's so strong at the moment. And that's exactly why Lucian's dropping down this kind of like priority pick list, just because the champions who he's really good into normally are quite strong against him at the moment. And against just other AD carries, they just have that range advantage on him. The only one I really see Lucian working out massively well against is Tristana, but that's only early because Tristana massively outscales Lucian, and then her range grows with levels anyway because of her passive.
Yeah, he's pretty much for all the reasons you just said. He's not in the best spot. However, once again, Fervor was buffed, so that's also pretty good for Lucian because he's got decent scaling on his Q, and he gets the double auto attack off with the Light Slinger passive. So he gets to weave a lot of auto attacks in, which means he will stack it very, very quickly. It's also worth noting that Mr. Beast Gamer is playing the Karma into the Nautilus of Exjarian. Pretty much a range support will always be a melee support due to the extra sort of pressure and harass you can put down, especially Karma. Karma's very, very strong early on for a range support because she has access to that mantra at level 1. So she has all her power before level 6, and then other supports will get it at level 6. So we'll have to see if Mr. Beast can utilize that, that sort of the advantage that he has, or if he's gonna let it go to waste. Maybe Exjarian can get some good hooks in before he can get poked down, tying it around.
Obviously, Nautilus did have some buffs to his depth charge quite a while back now, which makes him very good in these teamfight situations. Instead of just knocking everyone up, he does now stun people with that ultimate as it passes through everyone it passes through and knocks up. So his teamfight potential, will be there. And I quite like Nautilus as a support. He's got so much kind of like playmaking potential. His damage isn't weak early. Obviously, he will be playing melee into range, like you were saying, and Karma, one of the better ranged supports. So she'll be able to put down that damage on him early. So I'd like to see him running Courage of the Colossus, which I'm assuming he will be running, because then he can hook, he can go for those trades, and he'll get a shield, and then he won't get punished quite as hard as he would have been in that trade pre-Courage of the Colossus patch.
Yeah, so the Courage of the Colossus, like you just said, is so good on him because he can stack those shields. Of course, it has been nerfed just a little bit. We probably see him running it.
I would be surprised if he didn't run it, because he's obviously got the Titan's Wrath as well.
Yeah.
So he has that stacking shield, which makes him in those long trades just a pain in the butt to deal with.
Yeah, I've been living for the Nautilus top right now. If I get auto-filter top, I just lock that in. It's
so irritating to play against. It's such a boring lane. You can't kill it.
I've got a 0% win rate on it in Season 7. Lost both the games I played. But before Season 7, it was going well.
Not going too well for you there.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't play top in the jungle. But in any case, like you said, you were right, he does have it. And both ADCs are actually running the Fervor. That includes Defilement on the Caitlyn there. You normally tend to see the Warlord's Bloodlust on Caitlyn, because she wants to build that Hurricane very early and really wants to go double Zeal, and then you have to get the Affinity Edge. So you end up getting 3 items before you can build any lifesteal. So you kind of want to get the lifesteal in your mastery there, just so you don't have to buy any.
Yeah.
It's also pretty good with the Hurricane, because you can now lifesteal up to 3 people in a team fight, so it's value. And we did actually see that XXD was running Grasp the Undying on Ola, which is mastery that a lot of people do like.
I was
on Ola,
actually
now
selling
that
these
Strength is
teams
gone.
short as well, sorry. I was selling them short on their elo. I forgot that actually we're just in that horrible section of early seasons where everyone just gets put like 7 divisions lower than where they were last season.
I got placed
Started-
flat 5, but I've been skipping divisions, so that's fine.
That's right for some. I've just not bothered.
If you're a good player, it's fine, you know, it's fine. This is an interesting path, actually. This is the unseen path as the deadliest. When have you ever been invaded by this? He throws out the hook.
Oh, I've still loaded in apparently.
Oh, you still got okay, throws the hit. It does
You're gonna
connect.
have to carry
Larkin
on,
also
sorry.
dropped both his summoners. Sorry, just the flash, just the flash. Exhausted by Xarian, first blood handed over to Defilement. Pretty good. Alright. That's the champion you do want to have your first blood on. Your ADC. It's gonna go back, probably gonna pick up a cult, actually gonna pick up some boots and 2 more potions. Not sure how I feel about that. Would have preferred a longsword and 1 pot, maybe a cull and 2.
Looking for that
sorry, a
mobility.
cull and 1.
Obviously, I would agree that a Cole would be better if you're looking to kind of get that scaling going in, especially on a character
Even
like
a dagger.
Caitlyn. But you're saying, obviously, once you get that 2 items, that spike does come earlier than it used to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my eyes on whether or not Caitlyn's going to
Ooh.
match the W or the Q.
Yeah,
The lane
boots won't-
pressure or that kind of tower push pressure.
to understand, but yeah, boots won't really pressure advantage there. The amount you have sort of in the lane now. Just a bit of a misplay there from Smigalowski there. He smited the red buff when it's on like 200 something health, and he was full health. You can actually get away with not smiting your first count right now, not smiting the buff, because chances are, by the time it's below 390 health, which is the damage your first smite will do, you're not going to be low enough to get maximum value out of the heal, so you just do it on your second buff.
And finally, my PC has decided to start working. We're seeing Aurelian Knight take a fair amount of damage here in that mid lane. Victor, not entirely expected to see him actually win that hard against the Syndra this early in the game.
It's
Syndra
actually
still
quite
has a potion to his name.
It's quite a skill dependent matchup here. There's a lot of skill shots going about the place. Of course, Plastic does have the advantage of his Q, which is a name I have forgotten, but that's all point and
Siphon
click.
Power. No, Siphon Extract. No, Siphon Power.
Siphon Power, yeah. So that's all point and click, so that's pretty good for him. You can't dodge that one.
And it gives him that
But,
shield as well, which makes those trades quite nice for him.
Yeah, it's not too huge, but every little helps.
Oh, it looks like actually you might see Larkin go very low here. Smiggy's coming into Fatco, and he's ward hop forward, landed the resonating strike. Stun's going to come through from Fatco, and he's going to get himself out of town.
Pretty nice stun there. Doesn't have to force it, doesn't have to burn his flash. It looks
He's
like
going to stay
Larkin
in
is
lane.
gonna
I
pop.
think he's got that corrupting potion to his name here.
Yeah,
He's kicking away on a corrupting potion, so he's alright.
he's fine.
Have a look at the CS leads around the map. It's relatively even in everywhere but that bot lane. Defilement with that extra kill, with that extra CS, really starting to outscale Noodle Boy. And this is that matchup we were talking about where obviously Lucian's just a champion who has that low win rate, and especially you don't want to be going against something that's going to scale harder than you are and already fall further behind in CS. Let's have a look at the gold difference. 500 gold between the AD carries here, so that's pretty big. Already at 4 minutes on the clock.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, we do obviously have the 1 kill, which contributes to that, of course. But this isn't something you want to see when you have a range support into a melee support. Especially Karma's got so much pushing potential. It just looks like that Mr. Beast Gamer and Luna Boy aren't playing the lane to the best of their abilities. Again, they're probably a bit scared because Defilement has the extra kill, but he hasn't spent it on anything, that's the hope.
Zadian's going to pin Mr. Beast Gamer in place. The Q's collects and everything else is going on. Defilement now take on a Noodle Boy. Lands 2 headshots. Noodle Boy runs very low, and that's going to be Sweet Rhyhoyn taking the best of that trade.
Works out in their favour just a little bit as well.
Fatco running low.
Oh, something I've just noticed that Xerion actually picked up a refillable pop on his first,
Oh, Plastech.
yeah, when he started. No, when that game started, which actually just tilts me into another dimension. That this is working out for the Sweet Rhyhoyn so much. This refillable pop will basically always lose to you. You're not going for the value game, alright? If you get refillable pop and your opponent gets 3 potions, or in this case biscuits, you just like lose out the trades because they come to they have 450 health and a bit extra because they're biscuits. Yeah, and you have 250. They got 200 extra health. They can just use to win trades. Yes, you do save a bit of money in the long term, but it's just like not worth it. Now maybe you could justify picking up second or third buy, but not in your first base. But as it stands, Mr. Beast Gamer not really poking as much as he could be because Xerion is still, still sitting on 2 potions there. He's sitting happy.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty happy. He's got the right shield, got those 2 potions. Now he's going to look forward, finally looking something.
Oh, hello.
Smiggy finds XD here in the jungle. The Resonating Strike connects, and XD forced to pop the Ghost, but Smiggy takes him down. That's Big Sorry with 1 on the board.
And XD chose that fight.
Aurelian Knight actually pops the Ghost, manages to land the stun onto Smiggy, but he's going to get pinned in place. The laser comes through. The flash of Aurelian Knight saves his life as Fatco and Larkin take a trade hit in the top lane. That's going to be the ult as he pops him away. Larkin didn't actually knock him too far away, so Fatco can look for another trade, but doesn't really want to do so with the shield. Q's forward onto the hammer shot, pops his ultimate as well to clear the wave, looking for a little bit extra trade. The ultimate, sorry.
Alright.
Plastech unleashes power. Barrier was thrown down to make sure he stays alive. These games are going pretty crazy at this point.
But so far, it's just the one there from XDD, also XXD. Still, like, he decided to take that fight. Maybe a bit of a misjudgment of the situation, but a bit odd that he actually goes off and he buys another jungle item. Doesn't get the refillable pop, which is something that a lot of Olafs like to do. Does get a ward though, which will be used to clear out that tri-bush there. But yeah, a lot of Olafs like the refillable pop because it means you can just spam your axes in the jungle when you're never really out of mana. I mean, you'll be like low, but never on 0. He opts against it this time round. Take a look at the levels. He is actually a level down on Smigalowski, so he does have access to Dragon's Rage. Never mind, Ragnarok is now available for XXD as well.
So Ragnarok up. Ultimate's coming up along the board everywhere. Noodle Boy and Defilement, obviously the last 2, or the bot lane's last 2 to get their ultis. And they're going to be heading towards that soon. But XXD has come in looking for Larkin. Flash burnt straight away. Don't want any of that trade. Now Noodle Boy takes a headshot to the head as Defilement lands every skill shot he can. Smiggy and Mr. Beast Gamer. That's going to be the Dragon Rage onto XXD. XXD pops his Ragnarok. Does not have the Ghost available to him. And the stuns are not going to be enough. Larkin picks 1 up. Big Sorry take the advantage and take 3 into that top lane.
Yeah, and the Ragnarok from XXD there was actually a pretty misused Ragnarok because the Dragon's Rage had already come out. Yeah, the Inner Flame had already been used. The only threat to him, CC threat, was the Karma Link, the Focus Resolve. And you can activate Ragnarok at the end of that because the problem with Ragnarok is it actually makes you squishier when you use it. It strips away a tiny bit of your armor and magic resist. And that was pretty close, how close he was to getting out there. Maybe if he hadn't used the Ragnarok, he could have gotten out alive. Because it also doesn't give movement speed, it only gives movement speed when you walk towards people. So, something that does tilt me when people use Ragnarok when they're running away.
Oh, Noodle Boy takes an axe to the face. That's going to be the depth charge. Popping him up in the air. The teleport's coming through from Big Sorry. So now they're looking for more. Noodle Boy manages to drop Zadian. Now Aurelian Knight has the Chaos Storm on his head. Plastech is going to pick himself up a kill. This is Big Sorry now starting to get a look for a snowball. Wildman isn't going to go down in this lane. Larkin's TP used defensively to protect his AD carry.
Well, not necessarily a bad TP. They should get this bottom lane turret now.
No, I think that was a very good TP.
With 2 ranged, and it is the turret. As you said, Coco teleport almost available. Will not be up quick enough. Oh, and here comes XD.
Ghost is going to get popped. XXD is going to get dropped. Defilement Popped in the air, forced to flash. Larkin does not have the heroic charge quite yet. It is up in 2 seconds. Dredgeline narrowly misses. Now we're having a TP coming from Fatco. Fatco is actually kind of out of place. And I say kind of, he is massively out of place. Pinned between his own tower and the enemy team. Forced to clear the minions and get himself out.
Ooh, just gonna slide out of that one. I want to talk about the trade. I say the trade kills mid lane there just a little bit between XXD and Plaztech. It's never really worth to go 1-for-1 as the jungler, because the problem is you leave yourself open to getting counter jungler. And unfortunately Smigalowski didn't do that, but he could have just taken that blue buff, maybe the Gromp as well. I'm not sure if it was available, and that would have set XXD so far behind. They wouldn't have set him the full 2 levels behind it. And if one jungler is 2 levels up on the other, that's absolutely huge. 1 level is pretty nice, but 2 is massive. Ooh, huge miss.
Oh, that's going to be the flash kick onto Aurelion Knight. Aurelion Knight misses the stun, misses everything on Plaztech. Pops the ghost, looking to try and get out, but the laser is going to secure it. Plaztech is 3-1 on this Victor. That was a good play. Missed the key though.
Yeah, they've missed the key. They've missed. But they get the kill, so it all works out in the end. And that's a very defensive build as well from Plaztech. Actually got a Negatron. That's that first non-hex core buy.
Wow, man. Playing with fire there. He's going to get out though. So we're going to see Mr. Beast Gamer now turn his eyes on to Zadrian. Zadrian is so close to stepping on a trap. The Mantra, Inspire, Q, sorry, whatever you want to call it, is huge. Fatco headbutted into the wall, looking for Larkin, but Larkin is not quite under tower, so not going to win the best of that trade there. Seeing this Aurelia really starting to fall behind the Poppy, and Aurelia's a pick we haven't seen in quite a long time. Bit of a weird one.
Yeah, Aurelia's in a pretty good spot right now. There was the Blade the Ruin King buff. Ooh, you gotta get out of there, buddy.
Why was he trading? He knew he lost that trade, but he's stuck around anyway. Smiggy does land the Q. I don't think he's going to take it.
It was a pretty anticlimactic kill. He just sort of died.
Well, I didn't even feel the need to play-by-play that. I just thought, he's just going to trade for a bit and walk away. But
yeah,
suddenly...
it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, I'm not going to say anything to hand over anything because, you know, nothing's going to happen. And he sort of died. So, yeah, just a bit
Larkin
of a
just drops him.
Underestimation, lack of respect for Larkin there. On that
Poppy,
he's now 2-1.
He's got that sheen. Now we're seeing Mr. Beast Gamer go in onto the blue side. Zadrian does land a Dragon Rage, does land the Sonic Kick, and he is just laying the hurt out. Smiggy is playing out of his mind on the Lee Sin.
He's doing pretty good for himself. 5 out of 8 kill participation. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. One of those kills being the solo kill top lane he wasn't part of. Not sure about the others. They will take away that bottom lane turret, now putting them in a 3-0 advantage and 6,000 gold, well 5,800 gold up. They look to rotate towards this Ocean Dragon, and they should be able to take this one away relatively uncontested. Actually, it looks like there might be a trade for the Rift Herald going on the top side there.
I think I'll take the tower any day. Obviously Aurelia will do pretty well with that Rifty, and that's obviously going to be on for 20 minutes, sorry. Yeah. But Larkin is so far ahead at this point, it's only just going to kind of almost even the matchup up. Larkin with the Iceborne Gauntlet ready. With
maybe
that
not even that.
Yeah, probably won't even it up, will it, actually?
Oh,
Smiggy actually looking for XXD. XXD still recalling. He's shopping, but he does manage to dodge it. The gravity field is going to land down. Backcoat is going to have to flash the wall. The burn is there, and Smiggy picks up the kill. He is 3-0 and 3 on this Lee Sin. Going to take a red buff as his reward for that kill.
Look at that counter jungling, baby. Is now the full 2 levels up on XXD, so very, very grim game for him. And actually, the second turret is going to go down, and that's really good to see. They're just moving as a unit. Noodle
Boy gets the power unleashed on top of XD, has popped the Ghost, has popped the Ragnarok. Oh. He's looking for Noodle Boy, finds one with it, and now Zadrian is under tower, has the Q on top of his head, but is running quite low. XXD trying to now find Mr. Beast Gamer. The ultimate's going to come through, and it's going to bop Fatco away. This is big, sorry, 14 minutes on the clock, taking the top lane inhibitor tower. The tempo advantage is huge for them at this point.
Yeah, that's not really great from big Rhyhorn. Oh, there goes Aurelian
Oh,
Knight.
Smiggy steals it.
You see the question mark thing, so they are. Very nice pin though from Larkin. But yeah, it's he cancelled. By the dredge line, pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, I'm not 100% certain why Defilement was just splitting bot lane, and then there was that sort of 2v or 1v2 going on in the mid lane. There just wasn't enough people to defend that top turret, so it just goes down. It's as simple as that. But it's really nice to see Big Surrey walking around as this group. Something a lot of teams can't really get down, but they're going, hey, Smiggy's just going to gank us, and then we'll take a turret. We've seen it everywhere on the map. You know, Smiggy turns up, maybe someone comes with him, and you see usually Larkin, and if they take a turret. And this happens so many times. They're now 5 turrets up. The one was traded back by Defilement. That's not going to do nearly enough to help. It's also arguably the worst turret they could have taken. That being that bot lane outer turret. Because the sort of the best turrets you want to take at this stage of the game. Obviously, bot lane turret is the best to take early on because it's it gives the has the earlier lower resistances.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so it's pretty useful in that case. It's also good if you're trying to fight a dragon. There's no dragon on the map just yet. So at this stage of the game, you want to be going for those top lane and mid lane towers because they give you a bit of control of that sort of left quadrant, western quadrant. Oh, hello.
It's going to get pinned in place. The Unleashed Power's there. That's going to be the shutdown onto Defilement. Teleport's coming through. The axe lands on the back of Mr. Beast Gamer's Larkin. Headbutts, but unfortunately the Ragnarok is huge and it pins him in place. The Chaos Storm is going to get Plastech a kill onto Zadrian. XXD, he's next to go down. Fatco looking for something onto Noodle Boy, but Larkin's there with the double kill, with the headbutt. The Ghost is popped for Aurelian Knight, and he failed the flash. That's going to be Mr. Beast Gamer who won. Defilement on the run. The laser hits him. The Siphon Power is there. The flash, the heal, the Q comes through. They're looking for him. They want the flash. Plastech the flash over the wall. The Death Ray does go a little bit wide. Mr. Beast Gamer pops the speed boost. He wants a kill. Misses the Q. And actually, this could be Mr. Beast Gamer going down to Defilement. Mr. Beast Gamer taking away the shields are there. The laser's not enough. Defilement manages to get out by the skin of his teeth.
But will he get out? Plastech's on the hunt. Maybe Defilement looks to execute here.
He's not going to get it.
Not going to be sniffed out there.
Yeah, he wants his blue buff. I feel like instead of chasing that kill, they probably could have taken this tower by now. But
they could have taken that top lane inhibitor maybe.
Yeah, they wasted that time.
They did get the bottom lane tower. The bottom lane. Middle
Larkin.
Yeah, one.
Going to get pinned in place. Heroic charges 2xxd to save his life. Axe and the auto attacks are coming out. Does manage to get Poppy out, but they did start to lay a little bit of hurt there.
Yeah, and there's just a general lack of respect, I think, here from Big Surrey. In that fight, they say, oh yeah, let's take the 5v5. Because no, you're not going to win. You're 8k down. Yeah, this isn't. You don't pick fights. You go for picks. Take 5v4s, and Fatco, he walks in, got a really nice stun off, but just stood right next to the wall and then got absolutely deleted by Larkin. He's also got a very squishy build. He hasn't even finished his first item at 18 minutes. I mean, granted, it's one of the more expensive items he's going for, being the Trinity Force, of course, which I think is the 3rd most expensive item in the game. I think it goes Rabadon's Infinity Edge, and then the whatchamacallit, Trinity Force at 37,000.
Yeah. I can't remember, unfortunately.
It's still got the An 3. I remember the combined cost of the item used to be 3 gold. When it, but that was before like a change they made to Zeal, and that was when it's turned Zeal. So I'm not sure. But now it's 300.
Oh, maybe he gets the steal. He's going to ward hop into Aurelian Knight. Lands a Q. He even gets a kill for his trouble. Goes 1v4. He's going to get pinned by Zadrian and XXD with the Ragnarok, with the Ghost looking for it. Defilement gets the Q, gets him out. The flash is there. The ultimate is not going to quite pick it up from Defilement. He does not have the damage to secure himself a kill, although he's still 3-0. Meanwhile, Larkin just pushing this inhibitor.
So pretty good trade for Smiggy. Gets caught out there in the 1v4, walks out with a kill, and lives. So yeah, pretty good for him. Like I said, meanwhile, Larkin's just chilling 1v3 up here.
Well, they managed to pick up Zadrian, so they've lost their tank, their support. XXD really not all that tanky at this point. Just got the Cinderhulk to his name, so really not going to do too much on that front line. And something we haven't touched on is Larkin has a ZZ Rock portal.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's all he wants to be doing right now, is just applying pressure in the top lane. Because even though he has teleport available, it doesn't matter because his team, you know, they can still win. They can still win a fight 4v5 without him, so he can just stay top with Caesar all the time. We just saw there, 3 people had to go and defend that inhib from him. So, you know, the rest of Big Sorry managed to get a kill, they got a Cloud Dragon, and they got the second middle turret. You know, they're 4v2, they're 4v2 and they're 8k up, so actually they're 10k up now. And that's the power of pressure, it's the power of supporting. Drew 3 people to stop him, and that's why people play this new Quassus build. Exactly how it works, you do that.
Oh, the Quassus build. Amazed we're not seeing the actual Quassus, I really like that build.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it for so long.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is a very good build. Looks like Larkin wants to protect his ZZ Rock, not quite off cooldown yet, so it's going to get pulled out. And now XXD and Zadrian has found him, but Smiggy at his back. I don't think they want to take the 1v2. They can barely 3v1 the guy. They don't want that Fedley Sin on there as well. That would not end well for them.
He didn't even manage to break his shield.
Oh, XXD has to put the Ragnarok. The culling is there. Smiggy goes for 7 now. Don't think he's going to chase anymore. Does land the Q. Is going to take it. Warthog's back to safety.
Alright. Just ducking in and out there. Sliding in that way. It's actually a bit of a
OBM.
far forward ZZ Rock there.
I love that. And that's going to be the ultimate. Not going to knock anyone away. Larkin just trying to get some help.
That just makes me sad. There's no reason to put the ZZ Rock that far forward. You want to put it basically as far away as you possibly can, whilst it's still hitting potentially the Nexus, because there it just instantly goes down to Jerry and only spawned about 3. It was so young, and you know, doe-eyed, new into the world, just instantly cut down in his prime. Rest in peace, ZZ Rock Pool, 2016 to 2016.
It's not going to be enough cooldown.
That's the teleport from Fatco.
Well, it looks like we might actually have Sweet Rhyhoyn attempt the Baron here. They've got quite a lot of damage as well. The Fireman 3-0 hasn't got that Infinity Edge or that Hurricane, so actually his damage isn't quite there yet. Just got the Rapid Fire cannon, but Larkin has gone in for it. Now we're seeing them run low. The Redemption is not going to pop anyone in enough time. Zadrian running extremely low. Smiggy goes down. That's going to be 4 on the side of Big Sorry. They can now take the Baron for themselves. Double kill onto Smiggy.
Alright. You know, dude, I can respect that. When you're in this sort of situation, you know, you're almost now 12k behind, you go, hey guys, we can't throw a game, we're not winning. But Aurelion Knight is going to try and go for some sort of steal here. See how it goes.
Oh, he's just going to get headbutted, hammer shocked, and he's taken down. That's the late ace. The late ace is the word I'm looking for.
The late ace. Still got it in the end. But, pretty nice from Larkin. Not even going to risk it, just straight flashes out. And now they can actually take some sort of 5v4 here. Aurelion Knight does have 20 seconds left, so he will probably respawn in time. But that's what I'm saying. So from Rhyhorn, they go, hey guys, you know, we can't throw a game, we're not winning. Let's go take Baron. Yeah, I mean, as it stands, they got ace, they got dive, and they gave up Baron. It's like, yeah, well, we weren't gonna win anyway. Well, maybe that's what they thought.
Yeah, I respect their attempt to do it. It was a good attempt. Didn't work out.
It was a bit disappointing to see that Farman wasn't setting up any walls. He didn't build the Great Wall of Piltover with his traps. So as it stands, Larkin could just walk in.
I haven't paid attention to whether or not they're maxing it. Once again, Zadrian and XXD just constantly getting caught out. Mr. Beast Gamer throws the tether on, and that's going to be Zadrian getting pinned in place and dropped by Smiggy one more time. Smiggy is 10-1 on this Lee Sin. We're seeing Big Sorry really starting to take themselves a massive advantage as they drop the mid lane inhibitor turret. Gonna drop the mid lane inhibitor as well. Super minions are pouring into the top lane. That's gonna be the flash! The flashy play coming through from Smiggy. Smiggy secures Plaztech, his 4th kill of the game. The hammer wind up, bops XXD back to base. The Colling's thrown out, and I think this is gonna be Big Sorry going 1-up in this best of 3.
Oh, alright, so pretty. I mean, I don't want to talk about the game like it's over, but it's been over for a while. So pretty clean series. for Big Sorry there. I
Well,
mean, just very well played. Actually, it's pretty shame that Plastic started the game 3-0, finishes it 4-1. I mean, he's got a lot of assists to go with it. Gotta feel bad, man.
and that's
But
going to
very well
be a
played,
big
especially for
sorry.
Smiggy.
25 minutes on the clock, 26 kills to 5. They had more kills than there were minutes in that game. That's incredible.
That's team synergy as well. They all had one death. one each.
Very well.
They shared the load there. Take a look at the gold. Pretty pretty interesting there. That Smiggy could have more gold than Defilement and Coco put together. I think he did. Yep, he had. No, wait, no, I can't do maths to save my life. Don't quote me on that. I misread that as 18k, not 11.8k.
Who are we looking at? Smiggy?
I was looking at Smiggy, yeah. So it's still a pretty sizable chunk of gold. That's one of the things that feels bad is when the support on the other team has more gold than your whole team. And this, well, not the whole team. Defilement was sitting on the 9k, so it was a little bit more.
And it started very well there for the side of Sweet Rhyhoyn. They got
yeah.
that first blood. Caitlyn was starting to apply loads of pressure in that lane, and the Karma didn't get to do its job in the lane right. And then suddenly out of nowhere, Smiggy just takes off, and the rest of the team start to fly alongside with it. And Big Sorry just after kind of 4 or 5 minutes on the clock just started to take that game and just take complete control of it.
And I think maybe some of that stems to the fact that that Defilement didn't get anything useful with that first blood. I think that Larkin's flash was blown like right, and so was Exterior's exhaust. But then nothing happened to Larkin didn't die once after that, even though he didn't have flash for the first 5 minutes. It wasn't really punished at all. But also Defilement didn't capitalize on that advantage he had in the lane. He also went for a bit of an interesting build. He went rapid fire cannon very first item, which maybe that's okay if you're behind, but I'm not really sure. I'm not a Caitlyn main, but rapid fire cannon's better if you're going.
Hurricane's so much better. Like you were saying, it's that 3 times more, well, you proc the headshot passive 3 times more. So such a better build than the rapid fire cannon. I understand why they were trying to do for it, because obviously you get that extra damage and that extra range if someone steps on a trap. I don't even know if they were maxing traps. I didn't actually pay too much attention on that.
So I checked at the very end. He had 5 points in Q, and then he had 3 in net and 2 in trap. So maybe there was a mistake there.
Yeah, so that was a massive mess up then. But you do rapid fire cannon if you're going for that siege trap max comp. Then it makes sense at that point.
So the way it goes is you can either get the components for the damage components for the Infinity Edge and then the Hurricane, or you can get the Zeal and then the Infinity Edge.
Normally, what I see is the Hurricane, the BF sword into Hurricane into IE. That's the genuine build. Well, not the genuine build, but the standard.
Tend to go is so if you think you're going to be sticking around in lane a bit longer, you can get the Infinity Edge first. I think it's like slightly better to get the Infinity Edge as your very first item. If you don't plan on team fighting. If you do plan on team fighting, then you should be getting the Hurricane first, because it's going to increase your DPS by a pretty significant amount when there's enough people around to take all of the bots. But he didn't even build the Infinity Edge, so when you have 2 Zeal items, it's like, great, you got loads of crit, you've got loads of attack speed, but you have no AD to go with it. Now, granted, he actually does have all the AD that Infinity Edge would give, because he has the BF sword and the pickaxe, and building the Infinity Edge doesn't actually give any extra AD. But he doesn't have the bonus crit. He doesn't have the bonus crit chance. So it's not great.
That was not great at all. And we're gonna see. I'm excited to see what your predictions for the next the next games. Obviously, we're going through into match point here. Please don't add bots. God damn it.
God damn it.
I hate teams. I hate.
But
I'm fairly certain we will see the 2-0 come through, though.
It's looking like it could be a 2-0, especially just with how dominantly Big Sorry played that one. They absolutely clapped it. It was pretty good. It wasn't the best showing from Sweet Rhyhoyn. Maybe they go for some sort of cheese trend now, some sort of redemption.
Well, I'm hearing down the grapevine that we might see something exciting. I don't know if the teams are watching, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I want to see this character get picked.
Oh. Is it Galio?
It could be that. It could be something else.
Because he would not shut up about how broken Galio was before we went live.
Galio is broken.
Yeah, whatever you say, man.
Says.
I'll stick to Ivan. I'll stick to abusing her.
Ivan can beat Galio with Daisy. So
yeah,
actually,
think I need Daisy.
Daisy, even when Daisy's taunted, they even when Daisy's taunted, she can knock Galio up.
Think I need Daisy to beat your ass. That's the thing, is people don't really respect Daisy, but Daisy is essentially Ivan's damage in team fight. You have to treat Daisy like a sick champion, and then not really treat Ivan. Well, no, you have to deal with Ivan too because he has weird shields, but you can't.
It's gonna be a Sejuani mid, by the way. That's
oh yeah.
Quick. There is actually highest win rate. No, not the highest. Sorry, the highest mastery Sejuani player in the world plays Sejuani mid. Nice little fact
where else
around the Korean servers. There's about 3 million mastery points on Sejuani, and they play Sejuani mid.
All right, well, maybe we'll see the Sejuani mid, maybe we won't. But in any case, looks like we're gonna head to a little short break once we get the second game set up.
Yeah, we're gonna take ourselves to a quick break. So I didn't know whether or not we're gonna stick to a break or whether or not we're just gonna keep going.
I think
we'll hop to a quick break. We'll see you once the teams are set up and ready to go. So don't go anywhere.
Whew.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Surrey Esports Grand Finals, where we've got Sweet Rhyhoyn taking on Big Surrey. Big Surrey 1 win up. Both teams are adequately relieved and ready to go into round 2. Game match. Match point for Big Surrey here. Teams are talking about having dinner together, so hopefully we'll hop soon. Talking about bans, who do you kind of expect to see banned here, Doctor?
Thinking once again, probably going to see the Vayne ban come out. Both the AD carries turns out. Both Noodleboy and the Farmer play a lot of Vayne. So maybe we see some sort of sneaky first pick, but it's just likely that the red side will ban it. Although last game it was the blue team who banned it. Maybe we see the respect ban of Lee Sin from Smigalowski. Take that one away from him. Thinking maybe Syndra. I want to say Syndra ban.
But it was strong,
did not
but
have
it
the best performance on it.
It didn't really do too well, yeah, so maybe not.
And
we're going to have to see who gets picked
when
in
it was
the mid-lane.
available. So
Yeah,
they know
let's
he
see
doesn't
who
really
gets...
play it. So I doubt that Rhyhorn will be banning it either.
There we are. Zareth ban.
Seraphine, alright. Same as before. And there's the
the
respect piece. Oh wait, no,
Actually,
that
that's
was
Smiggy banning it. He
Smiggy
doesn't want it
banned it.
picked against him, basically. He
It's
doesn't want Mr.
Snowflake
Snowflake.
Notorious
They've subbed
player.
in a player.
It's the same. It's the same person. It's
Oh, is it?
yeah, it's XSD. He's just on a different account.
Okay. Cool. Cassiopeia coming out as a ban. Not entirely unexpected once again.
Once again, yeah.
I
I don't think who I should now refer XXD, who I will now refer to as Snowflake. I don't think he plays too much Lee Sin. Lee Sin's account doesn't appear to show that, so I'm not sure about the Lee Sin ban.
Syndra ban coming through.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so did he really think that Aurelion Knight was good enough for Syndra to warrant the ban?
It's to do with the potential pick. Syndra works very well into the potential pick we might see in the mid lane. Karma coming through is the
Oh
next
yeah,
ban.
you're
Mr. Beast
spice
Gamer was very strong on that, and was in the Olaf actually. So Mr. Snowflake or XD last round didn't have a very strong showing on the Olaf, but they don't want it anyway, so they take it out.
to ban the champions that you beat, you know. So yeah,
Weird,
and like I said, XSD did not have, or Snowflake did not have the best showing on Olaf.
It's a weird one as well because they banned the Syndra, who Aurelion Knight didn't do too well on. XXD's Olaf is now gone, and then the carry Smiggy's Lee Sin's been banned as well. So that's a very weird one. I don't know. I don't know if they're trying mind games here. And they're like, we've got something better than Lee Sin in store to find out.
Yeah, it's I'm just not 100% because it didn't seem that Snowflake had the best grasp of Olaf. Like we saw in that little 1v1 between him and Smiggy at the at the blue buff. Oh, we gotta see the Kindred pick. Nah,
Maokai.
the Kindred mates. I love it. Hey. But yeah, so he didn't seem to have the best grasp of the champion because he didn't know his limits because he thought he could beat Smiggy in that 1v1. So we do see the Maokai pick. Now Nautilus actually does pretty well versus Maokai. I say pretty well. He has I mean, they have different roles in team fights, and it's a bit easier for Maokai to get to the backline because he can just ult them, you know? Sorry, for Nautilus to get to backline because he can just ult them. Whereas the Twisted Advance is quite shorter range. But also in the straight up, like 1v1, at levels of like 1, 2, 3,
Larkin's gonna
Nautilus
play
does have the
Quassus.
advantage, he can just all in it, and he'll probably walk out on top.
I wonder if we're going to see that kind of stacking Q Nasus or the Quassus build come out if he picks that.
We're going to see Nautilus.
Come on. Smiggy
I was kind of hoping Smiggy would play the Graves jungle. I think it's fun.
Yeah, he's going to take himself the Graves now.
Graves, okay. Oh, Orianna insta-hop.
Yep. Snowflake shuffles through his picks, looking for something.
We're going to see the Camille, baby. No.
She's not in the game yet, is she?
Yeah, she's not. She come out Tuesday, I think it is. The champions normally come out on Tuesday? I don't know. Not 100% on that one.
I think someone was listening into my Sejuani mid conversation, but someone's been listening to your Ivern conversation. So we're going to see Ivern come through from Mr. Snowflake here in the jungle.
Oh yeah. What are you saying about the Sejuani though?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, did he hover it?
He offered it, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be the Ivern.
Alright, so we got 2 trees. It's pretty lit.
They're going for a forest team with a robot.
Yeah, it's a Bastion. Yeah.
Wrong game, man.
Wrong game.
So 20 seconds on the
what I find works sort of the best with Ivan is you either have a sort of like, so you have a few options. It's really good if you put it with another support, like a Lulu, Janet, Karma. So I know so has a lot of shields. Then your team just becomes like invincible. They're not dying tonight, you know.
Bot lane's going to get picked.
And then you pick like maybe a tank top, and then just someone who has a lot of sort of AP damage just to even it out in the mid lane. And you can also have a sort of diver fighter top laner. You know, someone a bit like a Jax or an Aurelia. And then you tend to want a sort of tank support with that, just so you have a tank on your team. So there's a bit of, you know, give and take with it. But
let's have a little look at what's come through here. So we've had the Graves come through. We've had the Fresh and the Jin on the side of Big Surrey. Defilement has managed to get his Vayne. Was Adrian hovering the Bard? I actually think Bard would be quite well.
I think Janna would be the best pick for them there, just from my experience with Ivan. Because Defilement will then be straight up Immortal. Bard it isn't like the best. I mean, obviously it's very easy to hit the root caller off of the whatchamacallit, the Tempered Fate.
There's gonna be Galio. Come on, do it, man.
We didn't see the brand pick from Extarian, which would have just made the Galio.
If he picks Galio and he runs Ignite, then I'll love him. The try hard flash Galio.
Smite and Ignite Galio.
Smite and Ignite Galio. It's gonna be the Galio, ladies and gentlemen. Plastech. Running Galio. There's lots of ways to counter him, but he's earned the place in my heart.
All right, baby.
I've got to send Plastech soothing words now to say it's okay, buddy. I know it's hard.
God damn, man.
Galio's
I think it's a pretty nice wombo. They got lots of hooks.
They've got a lot of so much CC they can lay down. If the whole of Big Surrey are in the wrong, if the whole of Sweet Rhyhorn are in the wrong place and Galio can flash into all 5 of them, expect that fight to be over very, very quick.
But Defilement is on the Vayne, so there's a chance he does just straight up 3 hit him.
Yeah, there's also that as well. Because Galio obviously stacks up magic resist. So versus Orianna, Orianna's going to do nothing to Galio.
As you were telling me whilst we were in the break, Ivan, you said was really good versus Galio.
Yeah, because as long as Daisy's out, he can cancel the ulti. Obviously, a Maokai Q can also counter the ulti. The Condemn, any basically 2 of Bard's abilities will counter it, and Orianna Shockwave will also counter it. So every one of those characters has a way to cancel the Galio ulti. Plastech needs to look for out of the fog of war, flash onto the team to win the fight, basically, without Galio ulti.
I think that Smiggy wants to be dedicating his attention top lane. It's kind of hard to gank for a Galio. Plastech does have the exhaust, but just Nautilus Graves is a really just easy gank. You know, against the Maokai, he's very fat, so it's really easy for Graves to get all the hits onto him.
Yeah,
they're not very fast. You know, doesn't have any escapes, so we'll have to flash out. Meanwhile, Graves has all damage, no crowd control. Nautilus is the exact opposite. So it's so easy to gank for a Nautilus because he's got so many tools. I mean, you get Graves to do all the damage. It's practically 3 kills. Now as it stands, as I said earlier, Larkin would actually win the very early 1v1s, like before first buy type 1v1s, because when you're at that stage where abilities, like having the extra point in an ability matters so much, or having the extra ability just in general matters so much, you find that saplings are pretty useless in a straight 1v1. I'd much rather have a Nautilusy.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of Nautiluses, myself included, like to run you run like AD runes, and then you combine that with the staggering blows, the passive, which also gives you more physical damage on it, and you just get some surprisingly hefty auto attacks. People just don't.
The old Wits End build. The old Wits End build. I haven't seen that one for a while.
Attack speed Nautilus. That looks funny though. That's pretty clean, that one. In any case, I wonder what build we'll see from Mr. Snowflake. He probably goes for the classic Ivan build, which is cooldown boots into Athene's, into Redemption, into Locket, and then no one is ever dying. I'll take a look at his history to see what types of Ivan he likes to play. Yeah, he hasn't got a single Ivan game in his match history.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Maybe they just heard you talking about it and they decided they wanted to give it a go.
Yeah, but it's not that easy.
No,
But
it's not.
if you can get your pathing down, you can practically always triple buff someone. He doesn't have any Ivan games on the other account either. But yeah, so you can practically always triple buff someone. Just because you can start at your buff, mark it, walk over to theirs, smite it, walk back to yours and collect it. That's an option you have, or you can just simply start at their buff, walk back to yours, mark it, walk down to your other buff, mark that. You have a couple of options, but it usually ends up, especially if you have good vision control and you ask your teammates to ward, you can usually triple buff them as Ivan, which is actually gets you a huge lead. And Ivan is sort of forced to invade. You have to counter jungle as Ivan because he can't actually benefit from the small Krugs. He doesn't get that experience. Now, his bonus is he clears Krugs instantly. Well, I say instantly, in one click. And he does the same with Raptors, but when it comes to Krugs, he doesn't actually get like half of the experience from the camp is wasted. So if you go into a sort of farm fest, you'll find that you're not actually going to come out on top. You're going to be behind in both gold and experience because the other jungler will have had those, those smaller Krugs. So you do have to go for a couple steals.
Something we need to also talk about, Plaztech running the best Galio skin in the game, Debonair Galio. I love that one.
I got Hex Tech and I got what's the blue one called? I love that. I got that skin on sale. Enchanted Galio, that's the one. But real quick, whilst we're here, Defilement is also running further on Vayne, which I also strongly disagree with. This Vayne has pretty grim AD scalings. She got good scalings on Tumble, but she just doesn't have enough abilities to warrant it going further. Meanwhile, she doesn't have the strongest lane, especially versus Jhin, who's had a lot of damage. And what is the sort of range support? It's weird because if you're playing a range support versus Thresh, then the range support wins, and you consider Thresh to be a melee support. But if you're playing Thresh versus a melee support, you can consider Thresh to be ranged. Since he's so squishy early on, he will just lose, like as if he was melee, because he would take so much damage to other ranged supports. So he'll be putting out a lot of damage onto Defilement as well. So I would have preferred to have seen the Warlords, but there's also the Ignite on Exgerian, which I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. So obviously it's just free healing for Plaztech later on in the game.
He's looking for that kill pressure. That's what we're getting here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we loaded onto the Rift for the second game of the evening. Let us know in the Twitch chat who you think are going to win. Will it be Big Sorry going for the 2-0 with that Galio? Or do you reckon that Sweet Rhyhoyn have what it takes to pull it back? Got the double tree comp. Oh, tree and Peter Crouch. Because that's what Ivan will always be to me. Peter Crouch.
Okay. So it'll be interesting to see how Snowflake goes for this pathing. We do have 16 seconds or so till we're back in it. If you want to go for the elaborate path, you can actually walk up through Try, and that will get around a ward that's been placed in that sort of banana bush in red. And if you're really spooked about where that ward is in red, you can actually walk up past Krugs. It takes an incredibly long time to get there, but you can dodge most wards by doing that. Of course, if the ward's actually in the red pit itself, then you're out of luck.
Smiggy smites again.
Okay, yeah, Smiggy smites it. Like, come on, man, it's just useless. It's just a waste of smite because he was on full health. It doesn't speed up your clear because if you just use it on a different camp, you're gonna get it anyway. Now, granted, if you're playing Graves, you're never gonna go low enough to get the maximum value out of it, but at least get maximum value damage-wise. We see are we gonna see the instant level 2 cheese? Yep. Ivan, he smites his first camp, comes in level 2 gank in 2 minutes. Probably going to blow a flash at least from Larkin to see how it goes.
Quite low. Actually, the flash just walks away.
Smiggy could deny it. So if Smiggy just looked, and saw that Snowflake didn't have a blue buff, he could just run straight to Snowflake's blue buff and fight him there. It's like, I mean, who's going to win the 1v1, Graves or Ive? You know?
Yeah.
As it stands, he doesn't. Now, again, Snowflake goes to this really risky, or not risky, but like, it would have been risky. Sorry, Snowflake goes for this. What could have been a very, very risky play for him if Smiggy was, I'm going to say it, better. But, and it doesn't pay off for him, but he doesn't get punished for it.
I want to interrupt you real quick to just talk about this mid lane here. Plastics Galio actually staying even in CS with Aurelion and Soriana, and actually winning these trades. Look, it's just using his Q and his E to thread through. It's about to get ganked here in that mid lane. Probably will have to blow a flash to stay alive, or the exhaust. Looks like he might have to dodge the root cooler, so nothing gained. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, but worked out very well for them there.
I don't get it for that. See, okay, right here, Snowflake. You see the Smiggy's top lane.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you because Smiggy has found Fatco. Landing the auto attacks, has the red buff, so he's trying to slow him down. He's actually starting to lay in a lot of damage. Will have the dash available until very soon, and the Q is gonna go for it. Fatco running low, but not out, and Smiggy almost goes down to the minions and the tower there. You can carry on talking now.
Oh, just answering the good people. I don't know why I was typing it instead of saying it, but yeah, it's game 2. Scoreline's 1-0 to Big Sorry right now. Oh yeah, God, it just pains me to not see people counter jungling right now, because it's one of the things that makes the jungle so strong right now is how much experience and gold camps give. And I've run a 2.5 minute respawn time each, so denying at least one, denying like just one camp. Yeah, preferably you want to do 2, and that's the thing about Ivan is that he, unless he has both charges of smite up, he can't clear a whole quadrant of the jungle. But he can take it one camp away at a time, and that's all he has to do because it takes so little time for him when he has the smite available. But you got to think, you're actually putting yourself at you're making just by walking into your enemy jungle and taking one camp, you're putting yourself at a 200 net gold, maybe a little bit more advantage, because it's 100 gold your opponent's not getting, and it's 100 gold you are actually getting yourself. Same with the experience. I don't know the numbers for XP.
Well,
same with that.
Plastec won the trades of Aurelion Knight. Actually only popped one potion, while Aurelion Knight had to pop both of his. Gets to push the wave in a little bit, so stays up in CS and gets the favourable back time. As that's experience advantage. I'm really liking this guy.
Okay, hang on, here's a question for you. Does Plastec's shield on Galio proc Athene's?
You know what? I couldn't say.
You not noticed this one?
No.
All the Galio you played?
Yeah, I know, right? How about that?
I don't think it does. We'll have to see. I really don't like the Athene's pickup if it doesn't. Even if it does, I don't really like the pickup, to be honest. Like, I know, but it gives mana regen and AP and magic resist. It's broken. Yeah, but it's not, because it gives really low amounts of all those stats.
I mean, the only champion that actually does really work on the supports, or
yeah, it's literally it only works on
Galio's the only one who I could actually see the justification, but I don't think I completely with you. There are better items if you're building into that. It's Mr. Beast Gamer. We get tethered against the wall there. Looking for the gank here in that bot lane, but not quite finding it against Big Sorry. And now Plastec has the ultimate, misses it, doesn't flash, so he has now burnt Aurelion Knight's flash.
And it's kind of sad to see that all of these ganks are falling flat from Snowflake. It's one of Ivan's strengths is his really early ganking power. Like, for example, he went for that level 2 gank in the top lane at 2 minutes now, but he did it versus a Nautilus who's just going to walk out. Maybe if he did it mid lane.
It's going to land onto Zadrian. Force shot is going to be there. Zadrian's going to get pinned up in place. Noodle Boy looking for first blood. He wants it. Mr. Beast Gamer flashes forward, and Noodle Boy gets it. Defilement now going forward, flashing onto Mr. Beast Gamer. The snare is going to be there very soon from Noodle Boy as he has force shot, has the damage. The hook's going to go wide. The Temmer's going to go wide, and they don't quite get the kill.
It's a pretty nice use of the exhaust and heal there, just baiting Defilement as hard as they could, but they don't get up the kill because of a very nice dodge there. As we do see the pause from Xjarian. I'll have to see why that is. Oh, since that's Fatco having a bit of connectivity issues.
That's
the update. Okay, so Snowflake has picked up a jungle item here. something I don't actually do. I've sort of toyed with the idea of maybe getting one later in the game, but you just don't need it because none of the jungle items are good for either. It's like Warrior, of course not. Like Devourer, of course not. Runic Echoes, okay, like maybe, but you're not playing Ivan to do damage. So why bother? Again, with Cinderhawk, it's like, okay, but you're not playing Ivan to be a tank. You're never going to be in range to use it. You don't need any of the items to enhance your clear speed. So I just tend to stick on the Talisman and then just sell it later. I've thought about maybe getting like Green Smite Cinderhawk just for the Sightstone at some point. But I've just never really thought, you know what, I have nothing else to spend this 650 gold on. But in this case, Snowflake's gone for the challenging Smite. Which again, he's never going to win a 1v1 versus Smigo, because Smigo's also got one. It's just never going to be useful enough for him to actually use it. Now, if he was against like a champion that was distinctly worse in 1v1s, for example, like Sejuani, like you said, then maybe getting a red smite would be worth it because you might be able to get a kill in it or at least not die. But versus Graves, it's not gonna help. He's just gonna be gunned down in the street like the degenerate that he is.
Especially on the fact that Smiggy has that CS lead as well, is a level up on Snowflake.
And that's pretty much all.
Still having some lag problems here coming through from Fatco.
Actually, if we look at the experience, so Snowflake's about halfway to level 6, and Smiggy just hit it. So it's one camp and Krugs is pretty much what it is. But it's just one extra camp that Smiggy's taken. And you think about if they now get into a fight, Smiggy's got his ult, Snowflake doesn't. Now, Snowflake actually has a chance in 1v1 with Daisy, maybe. If the conditions are absolutely perfect for him, he might be able to win the 1v1 with Daisy if he dodges everything, blah blah blah, uses Daisy to block the auto attacks. But in this case, it doesn't have Daisy, but Smiggy does have collateral damage. It's just going to get blown up. And it's all because Smiggy took one camp from him. I would assume. I didn't actually. I think I would have noticed that he took any camps, but he must have been up. Yeah, so much experience. Of course, Mr. Snowflake is level 5, so he does now have access to the extra parts of the Friend of the Forest passive, which means that every buff now that his team takes will be split into 2, and he gets 1, and someone else, either the person that killed it, or the next person to walk in the area, gets 1. So that's pretty good. So he might be looking to go and just take away that blue buff. Smigo is of course top lane. He can just root crawler over the wall. You see what?
We received an upgrade from their tech guys.
Over the wall, smite away the blue buff, and then just walk out. Free blue buff for Aurelian Knight. It's 4 minutes, or 4 collective minutes of mana regen right there for the team. It's always nice.
Waiting on Fatco to come back here, guys. While we've got this time, let's have a look at the CS leads, have a look at the items coming from Larkin. Got a massive CS lead in Fatco. That could be partly due to the DC. Although I'm assuming both the teams, they paused it as soon as Fatco DC'd. We've got Plastech with that CS advantage on Aurelian Knight, really pressuring here. And this bot lane's relatively even here between the two AD carries. And the game's going to load back in now, guys. Finally, we're going to get back into this finals game. And with this Galio. I'm just excited to see the Galio. I can't wait to see when it finally breaks out and the pause comes through.
Cut down.
Looks like the players weren't ready to go, so we're gonna
pretty BM.
And pause. My argument is the players having a little bit of a go at each other, but not that. But you do get a countdown. Looks like we're gonna be hollowed back in so soon.
Oh wow, that's BM in the all chat. Can they see you chat, or is Abby turned that one off?
I'm hoping our streamers turned that off.
Yeah, Abby, you might have turned that one off.
Oh, hilarious.
But yeah,
They're all
I'm
local to each
desperately
other.
running
This
out
is
of
the
things
Surrey
to talk
Esports League. Let's keep it friendly, guys.
family friendly.
We all live down the road from each other.
I guess you do. Plebs. Somerset represent.
Welcome to Surrey, where our league players are salty. Oh yeah, like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Wait, I heard that one before. It's actually a 30 CS lead for Larkin.
Yeah, it's huge. And we've got Plastech with a 54 CS. Oh well, 54 CS to 47 CS. I've been working all day, so I'm not going to start doing maths at this point, even though it's small maths. 11,000 gold to 9,000 gold as well. Just hopefully going to be loading in so soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get into it soon. Wait, he's casually talking about schoolwork now. I think in the mid lane, so Aurelian Knight does have the advantage here, although it doesn't look like it, and he has the level down, health down level. He does have the Lost Chapter and his ultimate available. Does not have flash. Maybe he can go for some sort of trade here. I mean, Plastic does have the shield, but
Does have exhaust,
Orianna...
so if Aurelian Knight tries to kind of go a little bit too ham, will end badly. It looks like we're going to be loading in. Aurelian Knight takes a Q to the face the second we load out. Unfortunate, as we might going to see probably Big Surrey take first tower of the game here. This is one of the things Graves is really good at doing, is if he gets a lane advantage, he can just help the whatever lane he's in secure that first turret.
That's one of the things I don't like about Ivan and other AP junglers. You can't really take those turrets very well. I mean, you can if you have Daisy with you.
Larkin has the ultimate. He might actually just look to go on to Fatco. Fatco losing a fair amount of damage. Now decides to trade within the minions, so loses a chunk of his health for his trouble there.
Not great for him, not great for him. I just see a double door entering from Larkin, which is really weird. I definitely prefer corrupting top myself. See, this is the part where Snowflake should just stop attacking.
Is pinned in place, is going to get knocked up. Remember, the ultimate is available. Here comes the curtain call. Snowflake pinned in place. That's going to be one shot. That's going to be two shots. Really so blinded, and the double kill comes through to Noodle Boy.
Pretty clean, pretty clean. Very nice hook as well there from Mr. Beast. Noodle Boy landing all 4 of his shots. So a very good roam from the bottom lane. Plus they didn't even have to blow anything. He didn't ult, didn't flash, didn't exhaust.
He's back in lane to clear
There's
the
actually
as well.
Snowflake's made a bit of a mistake there, but because he's playing Ivan, he should have just stopped attacking Plastic. Maybe he told Daisy to stop as well.
Oh,
Hello.
Running low, that's going to be the ultimate. Turning the tower down, and the shutdown comes through onto Jin. Defilement on the run. Larkin is here, does get condemned into the wall. There's going to be your level 7 mastery flash, but it's too little too late because your team are losing objectives all over the map. As Plastech, Smiggy and Mr. Beast Gamer are going to drop that mid lane tower. Potentially looking for a Snowflake. Plastech has flash and the Isle of Duran available to him, so keep your eyes peeled for that as Larkin going just incredibly aggressive. He's picked up the tower but not taking tower aggro. That's going to be the auto attack. There's going to be the E coming down as Larkin is losing so much health. Now Defilement looking for the chase. The TP's coming through. Smiggy has the collateral damage. Doesn't find the kill. The rest of the team are here and he's going to get pinned in place. Smiggy on the run. He's going to try and get himself on the tower. The tower shot's going to secure it and back home. Manages to get a kill.
That's actually a huge series of misplays from Defilement there. The first misplay was not taking Warlords because if he that's the rage crit.
We're not pausing for that. They better not pause for that.
No, they're not pausing for that.
Oh come on.
Right. If there was if he had Warlords, he actually could have fought Larkin when he hit that condemn onto the wall. You know the one I mean. The first condemn he hit, but then also he actually should have let Larkin hit him. I hit him once to draw turret aggro before landing the condemn under the turret. As it stands, he got the condemn off and got a lot of damage off, but because Larkin wasn't tanking tower, it just didn't do anything. Sorry, I lagged. God damn it. But yes, a bit of a misplay there from Defilement, but he got out alive. All for the best, I guess.
All for the best, but he's going to Noodle Boy now, and Noodle Boy's got 3 kills on that Jin. Has the Essence Reaver coming through, so going for that kind of later game build. Plastek is going to get pinned in place. Actually, is going to go quite low. The Shockwave lands through onto him. He has Flash. He might have to use it. The tunnel is just bait as Aurelion Knight secures himself the kill.
Yep, does go down. So far your strat isn't working. Okay, so now we actually have picked up Iffy, so we will get to see that interaction in action.
I'm curious to see whether or not it's going to come down.
And it looks like Snowflake's actually going for for some AP. Now Daisy has really, you can't actually see them. It doesn't actually say on the ability tooltip, which isn't great, but she has really good scalings, and the shield has really good scalings, like in the actual health that it gives. That doesn't mean I'm saying go for full AP either. Like at the end of the day, the shield only lasts 2 seconds. So there's like there's a point where you build enough AP, but it's just like never going to burn through your shield, so you're just wasting money.
Yeah.
So you really do want to be going for this more supportive build, you know, and then you can get things like, you know, Redemption gives you 10% extra on your shields, because it builds out of Forbidden Idol, so I think go for it. You can get Ardent Sensor. I haven't tried it, and I have no interest in trying it because my build's like pretty crisp right now. I'm pretty happy with my build. I've never sort of thought, oh, if only I had Ardent Sensor.
Well, Mr. Beast Gamer is going to find Zadrian. Zadrian running solo. He has to ult himself to make sure he doesn't get dropped. Defilement now forced to soak up the shots. This is going to be a stun coming through as the curtain call, the collateral damage secures the kill. We now go 1 for 1, and it's 4 versus 1 here in the bot lane. I'm waiting for Plastek to land that crucial ultimate, that game-changing ultimate.
Yeah, you've been hyping this one up, so...
If I don't see a flash ultimate come through from Plastek throughout this game, I'm going to be severely...
If I don't see Plastek put his shield on Mr. Beast and see what happens... I was going to be staring at the number of stacks he has for the rest of the game.
I get the feeling it doesn't. I can't remember.
I don't
build a Fiends on him.
Do you not?
No, well, I haven't played him since some of the changes to his build, to some of the AP items, but my old build used to be Abyssal Scepter. Oh, that's a 2-man Shockwave! Plastek running low, but that's going to be Fatco. Getting pinned in place. Noodle Boy gets himself a kill. The engage was really good, but not quite enough. Stun comes through onto Smiggy. And we're seeing Big Sorry still sticking around for this turret. They're getting the next minion wave pouring in. Plastek is there. That's going to be Aurelion Knight getting pinned in place. Let's see Noodle Boy get himself 5. Mid lane inner turret is going to get dropped by Big Sorry with 12 minutes on the clock. This is scary, scary territory for a champion like Vayne, who needs time to scale to go up against a 5-1 Jhin, who is just wrecking face at this point.
Yes, pretty good game for Noodle Boy. Going very well for him. We do see now 4 turrets up, and a lot of that is actually Smiggy's play. Last game as well. Just running around, get a gank, get a turret, get a gank, get a turret. Very strong strategy on Graves. It seems to be working out for them at this game as well. Here they are with the counter jungling, going to pick up that Grom and a blue buff.
He's getting passed into place. That's going to be the deadly flourish, putting him in place. The curtain call is there. Fantastic ultimate coming through. Tempered Fate hitting everyone in place. Now we're going to see the flash ultimate come through from Plastek. The idol of Duran secures the Gallius. First kill of the game. Deadly flourish. Fatco down, and Smiggy gets the second.
So real quick, I'm reading the wiki for the Athenes.
Well, he's got extra stacks on it now, so...
He's got more from the level up, but they never actually went down. But I just think he's not shielding other people. But I'm reading the wiki, and it says the following champions are the only ones it's acceptable to buy Athenes on.
Oh, Noodle Boy! Pinned in place, Mr. Snowflake manages to pick him up. Larkin now on the run. Snowflake does a fantastic job to block the dredge line. Smiggy now there, flashes forward, looking for the kill. He's going to get pinned. He's going to get dropped. That's Smiggy flashing the mastery as Zadrian gets himself a kill. Defilement takes that turret there in the bot lane in the meantime. Big Sorry playing a little bit aggressive here.
Astros, I don't think it does.
It does?
I don't think it does.
Oh, you don't? Well, it's not a shield more than a
It used to say shield. Oh, actually, the highest win rate. Oh, that's okay. Never mind. I was gonna say the highest win rate build does it, but that's across 27 games, so maybe not. This is, if ever I have a question about League, I go to reddit.com/r/Galio mains. And that's for any champion.
With the fireman looking for Plaztec. See if he's going to find it. Plaztec doesn't quite have his idol of Duran yet, so I don't think he wants to be taking that fight. However, Noodleboy is at his back.
Athene's doesn't work.
No, not surprised. Looks like now we have the curtain could come through onto the Defilement. Teleport is going to come through as well. Looks like all the teams are in a rock and a hard place. Defilement takes so many shots to the face. Mr. Beast Gamer misses the hook. The ultimate will be available. Idol Duran available to Plastic. He doesn't have a way to close that gap. Doesn't build a proto belt or anything like that. That's Fatco. He wants to go for Noodleboy. He's going to pop him actually. Noodleboy manages to get himself a kill in the end, but ran extremely low there against Fatco. Now we're seeing Larkin and the rest of the team take an aggressive stance forward with that minion wave, with the damage, and they want to take this next inhibitor. Watch Aurelian Knight, because his shockwaves have been on point this game.
They've been pretty decent. Usually 2 rounds into the game. Quite a couple of people locked up in them. But even if he does get them, I don't know if it's going to be enough. They are, it's like 8,000 behind now. So it can't be 100% certain.
Yeah.
On if it's actually going to be, useful. He'd have to get some sort of 5-man Fiesta going here. Did you see the Mountain Dragon now picked up, so that's 1 for each team.
I really like this this new Spectate client. It shows you what Drakes they've got. I didn't know
it's
that.
pretty. That was dispatched. They added that bit.
Good job, Riot. You did well. You
Finally.
did well. Mr. B's Gamer playing so aggressive, just constantly looking for the wards, constantly looking for that deep aggression.
As he should be. They've taken all the turrets and that 1 turret in the. Well, all but not base turrets. And that 1 turret in the bottom lane. So they should have. This is your time to step into jungle and get that vision control. Exactly what he's doing. It's working out pretty well for him.
Looks like all the teams kind of spreading out a little bit more now. Big Surrey know they've got the advantage. Know they've got the gold lead. They need to look for obviously these towers, but the way to do that is with vision and with lane control. So now they're kind of spreading out a little bit, sent Larkin up as the whole team now looks to kind of turn their eyes towards that top lane. Sorry, that mid lane there. Bit of a stack going down here.
Alright, yeah, so the turret is very low. Looks like we'll just be gonna try and brute force that one maybe. Although Smiggy is just pushing mid lane and he's their best turret taker. Right now, I don't know if Noodleboy actually takes turrets too well. Playing Jin does have the rapid fire cap.
Jin, still, he's always been one of those AD carries who is really good at taking turrets with another AD carry. Like,
yeah.
2 AD carries are so strong on a turret when Jin's there because his.
I feel like Jin doesn't have the solo damage because obviously he has all that downtime. Let's not say that Graves doesn't have downtime either. He doesn't have that much consistent damage. And also, because the turret's so tanky, the big crit isn't as useful. You can think like it's kind of weird, but if you think because the thing's tankier, the crit's doing less damage percentage-wise, so it's not as like if you think about dropping the big crit on a champion versus on a turret, it's actually pretty low when you put up the turret. We saw just it was only 200 damage when the tower was on, they're missing 80% of its health. So only a 200 damage hit because so much of it gets reduced by the armor.
Larkin's stealing away the blue buff as well, so they're really starting to cripple Aurelian Knight here.
No, it's pretty good.
No, potentially we're going to see a gank come out. That's actually Mr. Snowflake flashing forward, throwing down the Daisy, puts the challenging smite forward as the whole team is going down. Noodleboy, he's going to get dropped so fast. The shockwave lands onto 2. That's 2 in favor of Sweet Rhyhoyn. Daisy's pretty low, but the flash! Duran picks up the kill for Galio, secures the rest of the team. Mr. Snowflake and the rest of his team do get played by Plaztec, looking to get out, but he does get dropped. That's going to be Larkin flashing forward as he's looking for Defilement. Finds the AD carry now. Fatco, he's all in a rock and a hard place. He's got to deal with the Nautilus with the Fresh. Gonna get killed. Double kill onto Larkin, and that is a fight that was started by Sweet Rhyhoyn, but is getting absolutely shut down and turned against them by the side of Big Sorry. Now Mr. Beast Gamer's taking on Mr. Snowflake, but doesn't actually have the backup of his team, so he's going to need to run pretty hard.
It looks like Larkin is going to be trying to gun down this mid tower as best he can. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that one out. In case, like you said, yeah, it started by Big Rhyhorn, very nice ultimate from Aurelian Knight, although it looked a bit better than it was because two of the targets were Daisy and Nautilus. But they did manage to get the one kill. That's fine. Of course, you have to treat Ivan. Oh wait, no, I didn't get Daisy. Of course, then she just happened to be in the area. It's not on the right team. But my bad. As you see, look, so this is the thing that Snowflake's picked off his runic echoes, and for some reason Mercury treads. But you should never need Merc treads as Ivan, because you should never be in position that you're going to get CC'd. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I look at what he's brought now. I was thinking if I was playing Ivan at this stage, I could have Redemption and Athene, and no one would be dying. Not one person.
Curticle was thrown down. It was cancelled by him. Smiggy found Aurelian Knight, and he just liquefies his health bar. It's now a 4v5. Noodle Boy, with a little bit of damage, is going to try and look for Fatco. That's the team speed up thrown out by Plaztech with the E coming down. Hook goes a little bit wide. Noodle Boy with a rapid fire cannon landing some really long range auto attacks. Something we didn't really touch on because you don't see it too much, but now they've got the power of the ZZ Rock portal. Plaztech looking for one more of those kind of flashy plays if he can get it. Has the Island of Orion available. It's Inhibitor Tower. Number one will go down in favor of Big Sorry, and they're going to take the Inhibitor very speedily here.
There's no flash available for Plaz.
Giving you up.
After last time, so he won't be able to do the flash around. Durand.
Yeah, I don't like the magic resist boots actually. I prefer the cooldown boots because
definitely.
he has the ability to flash more. It's a bit like Annie. You kind of you play for that flash engage onto the team. That's going to be Zadrian getting pinned in place. I think if we're not lucky, this could be the end of the game. Plaztech looking for the Island around, finds it onto two. That's going to be Aurelian Knight getting dropped by Plaztech. Defilement on the run. Mr. Beast Gamer finds a hook onto Fatco, flashes the wall to safety. Larkin is going to get pinned in place. Plaztech is going to come through, finds the Q, and he is going to get Mr. Beast Gamer a kill. Stolen by the hook. I think this could potentially be the Baron.
That could just be the game, Dave.
Death timers are quite short still.
Yeah, true. Maybe get
Baron, no, Dragon's up.
They get the dragon at least.
And it's Infernal.
It's Infernal. Best dragon is thought to be the best dragon by most people, myself included.
I do like myself a good Infernal.
Again, another really nice ult from Aurelian Knight, but they just don't have any way to follow up on them. He doesn't have the damage in himself. Also, I was looking at some maths during that fight. Athene's on Galio, right, gives 40 AP, so straight up just less than a Morello's. Morello's 80, I believe.
Morello's 100 now.
Is it 100 now? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. It's 100 AP.
Okay.
Yeah, 100 AP. That's why it's such a good item now. It just got buffed super hard.
Okay, so it gives 40 AP, and you think, oh no, but it gives magic resist, so it actually gives, bonus to a Galio. No, it gives 25 magic resist, which is the same as a null magic manual. So okay, so it gives 52 AP, 53 AP to a Galio. It's like, no, just get Morello's. Like, actually, I'm pretty certain that most Galios just don't, and they just go full tank. I think full tank top lane Galio has the best Galio win rate.
Mid lane Galio, you generally see the Abyssal Scepter or maybe a Rod of Ages if you're really worrying about your mana costs and your health and you want that kind of scaling rank. But normally the build is Abyssal Scepter into Spirit's Visage.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like a full tank build with like as much cooldown as you can possibly get. You want the Lucidity boots because you want to be able to flash ult as much as possible. Because that Galio is literally a flash ult. That's all he is for a team.
You get the distortion upgrade as well.
Yeah, and with obviously, I haven't played him since Protobelt got introduced into the game.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I would definitely be building a Protobelt on him. Close that distance to get that damage down to Farman. It's going to get pinned. The curtain call's going to come through, but tanks are going to take it up. But the Farman takes the second shot to the face, and Zadrian takes the fourth. Taking two members down to under half health, just about there.
I just feel like the best Galio build is like just playing full tank top. Just the win rate on it. Yeah, so they get the. What the guy seems to go is.
Watch that flash has ulti. Watch for the flashy play. The Baron does get secured, and that's going to be the flush onto just one. Plastic only found one with his ultimate. Massive two-man shockwave. Finds Noodle Boy, and that's going to be Aurelian Knight flashed onto. Double kill goes onto the Galio. That's going to be Graves with a kill. And now we've got Tazy going on the run. Plastech looking for that last kill onto the
actually healing plus.
onto Peter Crouch. Healing is coming through, and Daisy is sure to drop here. I think this is now the fight. This is going to be the end of the game. Super Minions are up. Smiggy looking for one more kill, looking for that flashy end. The stat line is there, 9 to 23, 25 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Your Surrey Esports champions are going to be Big Surrey.
Woo.
University of Surrey team coming up there.
Alright. Are they all from university?
Yes, they are the Newell team.
They're Newell team?
Well, ex-Newell team. I don't know if they play anymore.
Oh,
Played very well there, guys. Congratulations on your win. I need to ask you, Doctor, who was your MVP?
Serious MVP? Well, I know who you want. You want it to be Plastic if he pulled it out. No, I think it's gonna have to be Smiggy.
Yeah, no. Realistically, I was thinking Smiggy.
Yeah, popped off in the first game, but also just the way he was going around and actually capitalizing on his ganks, really getting to see a lot of players in these games. They go for a gank, they get a kill, go great, we got some money, and walk away. So you go, okay, great, we got a kill. We can also get a tower off this, or we can get dragon. You have to capitalize off of off of whatever you managed to get. Just something that Smiggy did very well. He was leading all the charges onto turrets. He didn't have as good a game this time around as he did in the first match, but still, he had a positive KD. That's what matters, right?
He played incredibly well, and I completely agree with you on that.
With that, guys, that is the end of the tournament. Get your eyes peeled for potential future tournaments we'll be doing. Join the Surrey Esports Facebook group. It's a group we can incept you into that. Get your eyes peeled. We'll have some maybe Overwatch tournaments, more League of Legends tournaments coming up in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Your champions for this short tournament will be Big Surrey. We'll be in touch about your prizes. And once again, Doctor, I'd like to say thank you for joining me last minute as Foxhound bailed on me super hard. My name's Hiprain.
So I'm second best, that's fine.
No, you're first best now, so you didn't bail.
Whatever.
My name's Hiprain. Joining me on the casting desk was Doctor. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
So don't look back, it's in the past now. Don't look back, the fire's catching, and all that's left to do is watch. I can't hear a thing but your voice echoing, it plays again and again, telling me to run from everything you've done until we reach the side. We'll run, we'll run, we'll run until the sun. We'll run, we'll run, we'll run until the sun. We'll run, we'll run, we'll run until the sun. We'll run, we'll run, we'll run. You said that it's hard to trust, and yeah, you turned that gold to dust. We turned our back, we're making a move, and now the tide rolls out, but you dive in, though you know that I can swim. Guess that gives me something to prove.